Alright guys, today we're going to install an intake on this 2018 Honda Accord 1.5 turbo from Prl Motorsports. And it's a stage 1 intake, so it's going to replace, no, you're going to keep the factory airbox and replace the factory 2 with a upgraded silicone one. Okay, we're going to start off by removing this section of the intake, and all it really has is 2 Phillips screws, one there and one there. All right, so once you get them, you just need them loose. You don't need to completely take the screw off. As long as it's loose, you can take it off. So now we're just working on that side to take it off. 2.
Wait, you took a video of it?
Yeah. So yeah, that's that piece. Next, we're probably gonna work on here, and it looks like there's 2, maybe 10s connecting it down. And then they're probably also gonna have to remove those screws. Yeah, like I said, there were actually 10s. So it just looks like there's 2. But it looks like we're also gonna take this off because in the box, it looks like this is gonna replace that part to connect to the silicone intake because they look identical.
Yeah.
So it looks like so we're just gonna take those clamps off so it makes it easier to take off this pipe, and we don't have to do those. Unbolt those bolts on the car, and we can just do it out of the car, which is way easier.
Yeah. They super glued it.
I did these 2 little hoses that connect to this.
Strip screwdriver. I've ever seen one.
And then we're just having trouble taking that off. Using a ratchet for that part because we ended up stripping the Phillips, so we just used the ratchet and it's way easier. I'll tell you what size it is right now. What? A 5.5. That's a 5.5 millimeter socket. Alright, so this is what the intake looks like. So yeah, this is how it looks like without the intake tube right here. And it's our PRL one's gonna will go right here. And all we gotta do is open this up and put in their air filter. You just unclip them with these clips.
I
think that's what it's only 2, I believe. No, pull this up. All right. And there's the filter.
As you can see, it takes the air from here that goes, when you're driving, all that nice wind goes straight into there, straight into the intake, shoots across into the engine.
Into the turbo. The PRL filter that will go in here. Turn it sideways. No. This way. Here. And now you should just have to put the filter housing, whatever you want to call it, on. You guys slide in the back. No, pick it up. There. Push it down. Clip it. There you go. There. Let's compare this to the old junk. Let's compare this to the Prl Motorsport one.
Much simpler, but effective.
All right, so we're gonna have to take this little piece off the old intake, well, the original intake, and put it on the new one, which is gonna let it connect here and to those hoses there, since this doesn't have anything like that. And that's why they gave you this piece, so you can bolt it onto that piece that you're taking off. So now we're gonna have to bolt this to the old piece we took off. So yeah, like that. So you put them together like that, and then use the bolts. I believe you're gonna use the new bolt to give you, or the old ones. All right, so now the 2 pieces you just put together. This is from the original intake, and this is a new one from PRL. You bolt them together, then you connect them to the factory little hoses, then you just put the clamps back to where they were at. So when we were putting on the intake tube, it was pretty hard if we kept everything in place. So we clipped this again. I left it unclipped, then connected it, and now we'll re-clip it. And like that, it was way easier to put this intake tube in. All right, so we got this clamp or with the clips back in. Now we're working on tightening these clamps. So yeah, we're working on tightening these clamps, and then next we will forget a clamp here. All right, so we put that in, and this clamp. We left it loose, so we'll tighten it right now. And then all we need, there's a bracket that comes in the kit, and then you're gonna bolt it up to here, and then right here, so it secures this intake from moving. And we're almost done.
List. After a 10-minute delay, looking for the bolt we lost.
All right, so that's the bracket they give you that you're gonna connect to there. And I believe you're gonna use the original.
Where's the other bolt?
Bolt that they give you with the big washer. Huh? So we tighten the clamps down everywhere. There. This one, that's what the bracket should look like when you're done. The 2 bolts they give you, and then you use the factory one there. Those are tight. Make sure you put your hoses back on. Make sure the clamps here are tight on the factory air box. And yep, that's the finished product. Right now we'll turn it on, give it some revs, and hopefully you can hear the blow-up valve type noise. We gotta make sure no air leaks are, vacuum leaks are on. Make sure I don't feel no air. Everything seems right. We're gonna let the car warm up a bit, and then we'll give it some revs. All right, so now we're gonna give it a few revs.